Rock Solid Musecast Experience, Aaron and Dave. And on the Zoom call today, Aaron, we have Faith all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee. And the live studio audience there for you, Faith.
Yeah.
Hi.
We pack them in.
Hey.
Now, we found, well, actually, I think I found Faith on Facebook before you came across Mr. Sassy Pants. And that's what I like to call Matt, is Mr. Sassy Pants. And you have this really interesting look about you. And that's really what drew me to it first, to your page, was you have this interesting look about you. And then, you know, Aaron comes to me and goes, hey, I've talked to Matt Sassano, and apparently, like, he's dating Faith. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing great. We have a really good relationship. He's currently out on tour again, once more with Seventh Day Slumber. He's on his way to New Mexico to do a show on February 8th. So he's real excited about that.
Good for him. I think we're going to try to catch him when he's out here in California.
Yeah, he has several dates in California, and I think a couple of them are close to where you guys are located.
Yep.
Good old Vacaville and Auburn. Right close to us.
Yeah, we're going to try to make both shows. We're going to be like Jerry Garcia groupies and just follow him around from date to date, you know. The Sassy Pants Brigade, man.
Yes.
All right, enough about Matt. This is all about Faith, Aaron.
Yeah. How'd you come up with the name? Zara Music is on Spotify.
Azariah.
Oh, Azariah. I'm sorry.
Azariah.
Azariah Music. How'd that name come about?
It's actually a name I found in the Bible. I can't remember who. I think it was like someone's son back in the Old Testament. I can't remember who it was, but the name, I looked it up, and it means God's warrior in Hebrew. And so I thought, hey, that was a pretty unique name, so I decided to go with it.
Nice. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the name. I didn't recognize the name, but don't feel bad about not remembering, because I spent 6-7 years in Bible school, and I can't remember a verse. I mean, I can remember stuff that's in the Bible, but if you asked me where it was, I couldn't tell you.
Oh yeah, and there's like so many people that say this guy had this kid and this kid and this kid, and there's like so many different kids. I'm like, I can't remember everybody's name.
I'm always fascinated by the people, where I go, hey, what's that verse? And they ramble off where the verse is. I go, how do you do that? I can't remember that stuff.
Oh man, it is tough for sure to remember everything.
It is. That it is.
So when did this music thing start for you? When did you know, like, I want to get on stage, I want to do this thing?
I actually, when I was about 14, 15 years old, we had a youth praise team, and one of the dads of our guitar player, he was like, hey, I think it'd be cool if we actually made a band. And I was thinking garage band or something like that, and I was thinking, okay, I guess. And then we actually ended up going places. We played Kingdom Come Festival one year. Our name was Crossing Fire, and we were just a bunch of kids, and it didn't last more than a few years. But as soon as that band disbanded, I've always felt called to the music ministry and called to that sort of band life, and I had the idea of doing a solo project. And just because I saw Zana and all that coming out and everything, and I thought, hey, why not give it a go? And so I formed the idea back in 2018, and I kind of thought about it for a little while and kind of was just navigating, building up my contacts and stuff like that. And then that's when I came across Casey Price from Forsaken Hero, and he's been my producer for my stuff, and we were releasing stuff at the beginning of last year. And so it's been a really long journey, but I'm really thankful for how far God has brought me.
That's awesome. It's kind of the same thing with us. Is I wanted instant success. I just wanted people to listen right out of the gate, and you have to be patient. And as you start to meet more people and the word starts to get out, it's a slow burn.
For sure, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think, oh, all of a sudden it's big and successful, but I mean, even as far as I got now, I still have way more to go. I mean, it's just so much to learn. Right.
And, you hear that a lot in interviews where they ask, or, they talk about bands being an overnight success. And some of them will say, yeah, it happened that quick. But most of them are like, no, there was a lot of eating top ramen for 5 years and stuff like that, trying to make it work because it is a slow burn.
For sure. And it's definitely very taxing on finances, especially when you're not that rich. I mean, I'm not a multimillionaire, and so I can't just all of a sudden make it financially happen overnight. But I am thankful for how God has provided in that way.
He always seems to come through.
Absolutely.
Always seems to come through. Aaron, I see you looking stuff up there. You got something to add?
No.
Oh, okay. You want me to roll with it?
Go ahead.
Is football on?
No.
He does that. He's got like 3 tablets here. 2 tablets and a phone, and he's always got like 3 things going on at the same time. I'm just giving him a hard time. All right, so you're out in Knoxville, but you're originally from
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri. So you kind of out there in the Bible Belt all together, right? So you get a lot of support from, being in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, my grandfather went to Baptist Bible College in Springfield, Missouri, and I kind of grew up in that area. Springfield's usually known for its Southern gospel, like Bill Gaither and stuff like that. And so with me going towards the rock field is definitely something that Springfield's never seen, because they're like, oh wow, there's a rock person here, what in the world?
Well, we're going to be in Springfield, correct, at the end of July for Chains Unchained.
Chains Unchained.
I've never been there before, so I'm looking forward to checking out Missouri. But
that's a very good festival. I actually know the head of that festival personally. He's a really good dude.
Oh, really? All right, we're going to have to get your number and, have you call him and, set some stuff up for us, okay?
I think we got that handled, Dave, already.
I'm just playing, man. All right, so you've got 3 tracks out on Spotify right now, correct?
Yes.
We Are Warriors, Pull You Through, and Am I Beautiful, which are all really good songs. Now, the Am I Beautiful, that's the slower ballad song, correct? I'm thinking of the right one?
Pull You Through is.
Pull You Through, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, that goes back to me finding verses. See, I got a really bad memory with stuff like that.
Oh, no worries.
I was listening to that yesterday. What's that song about? Pull You Through.
I kind of wrote that at a time where, I was going through a lot of trials, and, when you go through a lot of hard stuff and, when your circumstances seem so heavy and things seem so dark, you feel like God's not there for you, and you feel like God's really distant. And I wrote that song to remind everyone who feels in that sort of way, or who's going through stuff, facing impossible situations or whatever that may be, that God is right there and still listening to your prayers. All you got to do is just let him in your life, and he will come through for you. Maybe not in the exact way you'll think, but he always is there for you, and he will always meet your needs.
Yeah, when you look back, you go, oh, I get it now. It's like the footprints in the sand analogy. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody that's been into a Christian bookstore has seen this, where, Jesus is walking along the beach and there's 2 sets of footsteps in the sand. And then suddenly there's one step and the guy says, oh, you left me at my worst time. He said, no, that's where I picked you up
And carried you through.
Yeah. So you got to look back. Hindsight 2020.
I think a lot of people nowadays, through what we've been through the last couple of years, are looking for something to carry them through the trials and just the situations now.
Do you want to play Pull You Through here?
Yeah, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna be back. She's got a new single coming out next Friday.
Okay, let's talk about that in the next break. We'll do Pull You Through here,
and she's got an interesting poster behind her too. And we'll talk about that too.
All right,
like this. So
let's get to it. And it's the Rock Salt Musecast Experience. Rock Salt Musecast Experience. Aaron and Dave back here with Faith, Azariah Music, all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Another standing ovation for Faith here.
I've never been to Tennessee, but I really want to go check out Tennessee. Is it pretty cool out there? You guys are dealing with the ice right now, though, aren't you?
not so much snow and ice up here. It is cold, but I haven't seen any snow or ice, which is a great thing about Tennessee. Is if you do see snow, like even just like a few little flakes, like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" and like they shut everything down and everything. And so,
Kids are like, "Yeah, no school."
Shut her down.
Yes. Yes. Well, you called me out a minute ago because I was looking at my phone. Well, what I was looking at my phone for, I was trying to figure out the name of Faith's new single that drops this Friday, right? The 12th? Upcoming? The 12th?
yeah.
Yeah, it's called Fading. Can you really expand on that song?
Yeah. So when I wrote that song, I was kind of going through a very abusive relationship. I actually, before I met Matthew, I actually was married to a guy for like 2 years that was really, really abusive in a lot of ways. And, you know, when you're in those abusive situations, you know, sometimes you sacrifice yourself and what you want to please that other person. And, but all they do is, you know, they just take and take from you because you're giving, but you're not getting anything back in return. And so you feel like you're losing yourself, like you're fading away. And that's why I wrote that song, because that's how I felt. I felt like, oh my goodness, I am losing a part of myself. But at the end, in the bridge, I remind people that, you know, God understands your pain. You don't have to face that alone.
Do you find that you tend to use writing a song as an outlet for, you know, what's just going on in your head at the time? Because for me, like, I want to write stuff down, but I'm a much better talker, so I'll record stuff like this, you know, to say what I'm thinking. Do you find that that's a good outlet for you, or is that where you get a lot of inspiration, is just from life events?
Yeah, like life events and what I go through. Because usually when you're feeling in those moments, a way for me to just deal with those feelings, I'll just write them down, or something, like keep like a diary or something, and just will like write it down. And then later I'll like look through that and be like, oh yeah, that's a cool subject for a song or something like that. And I'll start writing based upon that.
And do you feel like it flows pretty easily, or do you have to really like challenge yourself to write a song?
For the most part, writing usually comes fairly easy. It's more of like describing how you feel is where sometimes I'll take a little bit more time, because I'm like, I want to describe this in a way that not only can it relate to me, but it can relate to everybody else as well.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, and see, and that's the thing. If I was writing songs, Aaron, I'd probably write the same song 4 or 5 times, just going, nobody wants to hear that. No, scratch that out. I'm not doing that one. No, wait, that one's too open. I don't want to open up that wound. Yeah, I'm always fascinated by people that can just like write songs, just boom, 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 and a lot of them are really good songs. I don't know. It just always fascinates me that people have that gift of putting it down in words and making it rhyme and making it interesting and all of that. So my hat's off, because you've got some interesting stuff there. You definitely got some rockers too.
Is this going to be a slow, or are we cranking it back up again?
Oh, we're going to crank it back up for this song. Fading.
Oh,
it definitely is very, very punchy.
Nice. Well, so now I'm gonna ask you about your appearance, because I want to know, is there any significance to the makeup that you're wearing?
I want to just kind of be unique and kind of stand out amongst everybody else. And so I was looking at pictures of like Kiss and stuff like that, and I saw they had this extravagant makeup on and stuff, and I was like, oh, I think that'd be cool to do something like extravagant like that, so when people see me, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's her, and I don't blend in with like everybody else. And so instead of like a star on my face like the lead singer of Kiss, I did a lightning bolt. Awesome.
I get it now. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I knew I had come across you before on Facebook because of your appearance. Yeah, it's easily recognizable. That's the word I want to look for. So good job. I got to ask you, I don't know, that city looks a little familiar in the background there. Where are you at?
Oh man. She's at Gotham, Dave.
You're in Gotham City?
Yeah.
Are you a Batman fan?
Oh yeah, I love Batman.
All right. I got to ask. Top 3 Batmans in order. Bottom to first, 3 to 1. What's your favorites?
Oh man, I really like the Dark Knight series for some reason. I always liked the way things were pulled off in those series. I don't know, I like all those movies like the same.
Yeah. How about just the people that play the Batman? Like, I'll give you an example. Here's my top 3, bottom to top. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to have to say until I see this new one, because I have a feeling this new one I'm really going to like, is going to be, number 3 is going to be Christian Bale. And he takes the 3rd spot because he's got that phony Batman voice that I really hate. Oh, I cringe every time I hear it. But he was a great Bruce Wayne. Number 2 is going to be Adam West, because I'm a huge 66 Batman fan. And then finally, of course, you got to put Michael Keaton. He's really the best Batman ever, in my opinion.
That's awesome.
Would you agree? Would that be your 1 to 3?
Yeah, for sure. I am not the great at actors' names. For some reason, like, when I can see their face and be like, oh, yeah, I like that dude. But, like, I can't remember their name.
I gotcha. All right. Well, here, I'll throw this out as well, and you can tell me if you agree or not. Top 3 Jokers. Let me see. You've got Jack Nicholson. See, it's a tie for 3rd for me. Cesar Romero and Jack Nicholson. They both did great Joker. Cesar Romero being from 66 Batman, and Jack Nicholson from of course the Batman 1988, I think. Then number 2 is gonna be Mark Hamill from the animated series. Luke Skywalker does a great Joker. And then of course number 1, you got to give it to Heath Ledger in the Batman's Dark Knight series, because he did the most fantastic Joker ever.
Absolutely. I will say Heath Ledger would be my top 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. And I'm so sad that he passed away, because I was like, oh, you could just make a franchise of the Joker with Heath Ledger and it'd be fantastic.
You could.
Totally.
Really could. Yep.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this new Batman. So.
Yeah, what do you think? Have you seen the trailers for the new Batman?
I have not, but I'm definitely intrigued to see what it's about.
Oh, we're talking about going to see it in IMAX because it looks that good.
Yeah, it comes out March 4th, and so.
It's kind of a gritty, dark, vigilante, it's not the typical Bruce Wayne polished, you know what I mean? Am I getting my point across? I don't know how to put it into words.
No, it looks dark and gritty and fantastic all in one.
Yeah.
There. So.
It looks good. So.
Oh wow, I definitely got to check that out because that sounds interesting.
Are you a comic book geek, or are you just into the Batman?
I really like Superman and Spider-Man and stuff like that. For some reason, when I was like a teenager, I always had a crush on Tobey Maguire. I don't know why, but I always.
No way, me too. I get it. You know what? I grew up in the 70s with the TV series of Spider-Man, which if you ever look that up on the YouTube, so I'm going to call it from now on the YouTube. If you ever look that up on the YouTube, that is some really bad, horrible Spider-Man stuff and cheesy 70s. And so I was not expecting a whole lot from Tobey Maguire. I was like, you mean the dude from like Pleasantville or whatever it was? And I was pleasantly surprised with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I also love the Into the Spider-Verse. Have you seen that one, the animated one?
I think I remember that one now. Is that the one where like it combines like several different types of Spider-Man?
Yeah. That one's pretty cool. I like that one. So now I want to ask you again. You're dating Matt Sassano, Mr. Sassy Pants, and you guys have been going out for how long now?
We started kind of dating in October, but we made it official in November. So it's been about 3 or 4 months now.
How did you guys meet up?
We have been friends on Facebook for like over a year, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth occasionally, but we officially met at Chains Unchained in person last year.
Oh, cool.
First time.
Oh, cool. Well, love can be found on Facebook. Look, Faith is the perfect example.
That's right. I think in November they were Facebook. What do they call that? Facebook. They said on Facebook they were in a relationship.
Oh, you made it official because you posted it on Facebook.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
They made it Facebook official.
You know, relationships are not official until Mark Zuckerberg is involved.
That's right.
Now, I did like the video that I don't know if it was you that posted it or Matt that posted it, but, you know, Matt explained to us that he had a little bit of a memory problem, so he gets lost easily, and you were telling him, I don't know, there's 4 more hours to get to the show or something like that. That's a pretty good one. Because I would be freaking out. I would totally be freaking out. I'd be yelling and everything. It'd be horrible.
Yeah, that was a little prank I decided. Well, we were on his way to his first show of the first half of the 7th Day Slumber tour. Mm-hmm. And this was like the very first show that like kicked off the tour down in Westville, Oklahoma, and which is like way out in the boonies. And so with his dyscalculia, he doesn't really know exactly where he is as far as direction. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to pull a little prank on him. And so I said, oh my gosh, we are 5 hours away from our destination. And he's like, oh my gosh, really? And I'm like, yeah.
I'd be like, oh, well, I guess they're not getting it tonight. They're not getting the show tonight. Because there's no way we're making it.
He told me, he was like, oh my gosh, this is my first show and I'm not going to even show up. What in the world? And then I was like, just kidding. We're like 20 minutes away. He's like, what?
Way to make him nervous right before the show.
Oh, yeah. Gets on the stage and he's already sweating.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, his thoughts are all on, I almost didn't make it.
Yes.
It's 7th Day Slumber.
Yes. But it's now a funny story, though, that he can tell on stage, though.
So are you guys going to collaborate on anything together?
Actually, we do have a future collab. I won't give too much of it away right now.
Okay. You don't bring me flowers, right? From Barbra Streisand and... Okay, you can jot that down. Just, you know, give me a thanks, Dave, on the album, and you can do... You don't bring me flowers.
Barbra Streisand, who else?
I think that was Neil Diamond.
Oh, Neil Diamond.
Yeah, Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand. See, I can't remember where a verse is found in the Bible, but I can tell you who did. You don't bring me flowers.
A 1970 song? Yeah. Oh, man. So Matt's coming out here to California just to see us.
Yeah,
you know that's why.
Yeah,
he's coming.
Well, he's going to do a show, but he's coming out to see us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had, you know,
priorities, man.
Priorities like this. We hope that you come out. Hopefully, you can make it out to California.
Yeah, it would be fantastic to see you.
Fantastic. But where can your fans come see you? Where have you got any concerts booked right now?
As of right now, not currently, but I am definitely working on getting more shows booked and everything.
Okay, and
so if you're a promoter out there, contact Faith because she wants to play a show.
And she's got I mean this as a total compliment. You got a beautiful smile.
Oh, why, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't want you, Matt, to get mad at me or anything for complimenting Faith, but you have a beautiful smile. Now, I want to touch real quick, and then we'll give socials. I want to go back to you guys are doing a collab. Were you considering doing it, or did it just kind of fall together?
I know Matt had been telling me he wanted to do a collab with me, especially since we started dating to kind of give that chemistry between us and everything. And we were thinking of some pretty cool subjects to write about, and we found one that's like relatable to both of us, and we're like, hey, why not do a collab and everything? And so I'm really excited for it, and excited to get to meet his producer Josiah in the flesh. I think I've only met one time, so it's gonna be awesome.
Well, when you meet Josiah, make sure you drop our names, because that's my little joke. Is I keep going back to Disciple, and I just want people to drop our names, because eventually I just want one of them to randomly call me and go, "Would you guys stop?"
Now, whose album will it be on? Yours or his?
It will be on Matt's album.
Oh, okay.
Matt currently is working on a few more singles, and I think this will be the 5th single on his current album that he's working on.
Do you guys are you guys agreeing on your collaborative efforts, or is there a little back and forth going, "No, I think it should go this way or it should go the other way"?
Mostly we pretty much agree on pretty much a lot of it. We have very similar writing styles.
Oh, do you? All right. You seem to in your music, you seem a little harder than Matt. Matt seems, don't take this the wrong way, Matt seems a little happier with his music. Do you know what I mean? He's got happy music where you're kind of like you're getting a little dirty with the feelings and emotions. You're getting into the grit of it.
Yeah, and Matt does a lot of EDM kind of mix with that rock aspect of it. And I kind of have more of a rock base, but I do like adding like electronics and stuff into it to kind of make it like that techie rock kind of thing.
Yeah, see, I don't think there's enough rock / tech type music. I was trying to think of a better way to put it, but I can't. And what I'm talking about is like a fine balance between the two. It can't be too much rock and it can't be too much techno. It's got to be the right mix. And there's not enough of that out there, because I went looking for it. I couldn't find it. So,
yeah, it's definitely tough to balance that and everything, because either you go all tech or all rock.
Right. You got to have the right mix. Well, Faith, thank you for coming on the show. Please come again. Maybe we can do Batman Jeopardy. Oh, would you like to face off in Batman Jeopardy with me?
Oh, man.
You probably would beat me.
I don't know. I can't remember Bible verses. Means I can't remember comic books either. All right. So,
how can they find you?
Yes.
On the World Wide Web?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and I also have a TikTok. So if you all are TikTokers out there, you can also find me on there as well.
Do you put crazy videos up?
Not too crazy.
Okay. See, I just put cat videos, and there's enough cat videos in the world. I don't need to contribute. So TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, correct? Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, it's Instagram.
No Twitter.
I actually don't have a Twitter set up right now.
That's okay. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and it's under Azariah.
Yes, Azariah Music Official, I believe.
Okay, there you go. There you have it. And Azariah, by the way, if people are listening and can't see it, is Azariah. Azariah. Thank you very much, Faith, for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to talking to you soon, and hopefully seeing you when Matt comes out to California. Hopefully you can tell him he hasn't made it past Nevada.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's the Rock Salt Musecast Experience, and another one from Faith.
Oh, yes.
I was going to say awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Rock Salt.